Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 13th edition of the Walk of Champions in support of multiple myeloma research. My name is Devon Peacock, and I host the morning show on Global News Radio 980 CFPL, and I will be your MC for today. This is my third time serving as the MC. The first was in the before times. The last two have been virtual due to the pandemic. I think I speak for us all when I say I look forward to the time we can be in person again together. If you've ever seen the movie Step Brothers, there's a scene near the end where there's two characters who share an awkward hug as if they've never done it before. I imagine that's what it's going to be like when everyone's together again. You got to learn how to extend those arms, and what do you do with the hands? This event hits close to my heart as my father was diagnosed with multiple myeloma a couple years ago, and from promoting many events like this on the radio, I'm always struck by the camaraderie and sense of community that these events create, and it's wonderful to see. A special thanks to Lisa Bowden for reaching out more than 3 years ago and introducing me to all of you. We have got a busy program for you today, and you didn't log on to see my face for radio, so let's get right to it. First and foremost, let's raise some money. You should see all the information, the URL containing the information you need to donate on the screen. Please donate, but also share the info with others so they can donate as well. This walk would not be made possible if it were not for Dan Childerhose, so let's bring him in now.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for participating once again in our 13th annual 2K 5K Walk of Champions. My name is Dan Childerhose. This year will be our second virtual Walk of Champions and hopefully our last by being able to do an actual walk again. The late Keith Fleming and myself got this walk in Dorchester started 13 years ago, when it now is an annual walk with more and more patients, with family and friends getting involved each year, raising more funds for research and clinical trials in London's Victoria Hospital. Last year, we raised over $80,000, which was amazing considering it was a virtual walk. We really weren't expecting that much, but you all came through with flying colors once again. Thank you. This year, our goal is $70,000. So please continue all of your great work of getting donations and being able to walk outside in your neighborhood or wherever you want to with your friends, family. This annual walk means a lot for me and my family because when I was first diagnosed, I was given 6 months to 4 years life expectancy and was told to get my things in order. What a shock. Well, I'm now 13 years, going on 14 years, which wouldn't be possible without all of the newer and better medications and treatments available to live a better and longer life with a cure not too far off. Keep up the great work, everyone, and stay safe and have fun. Thank you.
Thanks, Dan. It was great to see how much was raised last year, and I'm confident this year's total can also be met. It's a good time to remind everyone to donate if you can. You should be able to see all the information on the screen at times throughout today's ceremonies. It's also great to hear how Dan has beat the original timeline given to him over 13 years ago. It's a credit to him and his family, but also the support systems in place, and of course, the research and the doctors who do what they do and make the advancements they have over the years. I think sometimes when we're in the thick of it, we can almost forget how much progress has been made, but when you step back and you look at it, it's pretty amazing. Our next speaker is a familiar face to many, Dr. Martha Luzada. I'll turn it over to her now.
Good morning, patients, families, and friends participating in the 2021 Walk of Champions, led by our London and District Multiple Myeloma Support Group. My name is Martha Lozada, and I am the director of the Multiple Myeloma Working Group at LRCP. We are a group of 5 physicians, and we are going to have a new physician coming up this next January. Myself, Dr. Saleh Lam, Dr. Chai Pua, and our newest acquisitions, Dr. Cheryl Foster and Dr. Jenny Ho, are participants of our myeloma working group. Dr. Jenny Ho has had a short time as a myeloma doctor, and now she's being diverted to another area needing hematology. But as I said, we're going to have a new physician coming this next January, and this physician is going to bring new and important assets to our team, given he has expertise in quality improvement, which is so necessary in all areas of medicine, including in the multiple myeloma setting. In London, we're not only a clinical group, but we're also a research group. And the funds raised in the Myeloma Walk of Champions are extremely important to help us keep going with our research endeavors. We have a database that now has over 650 patients. The database has been very brilliantly led by our database manager, Lenicio Sequeira, and we have been able to participate or led a number of abstracts presented in international meetings and publications, utilizing all the information that's contained in not only in the London database, but in our Pan-Canadian database that currently has over 8,000 patients. So thank you to all patients that have given us permission to utilize your multiple myeloma history information to derive important research that helps us find answers to important research questions. When we derive a research, we are not only looking into doing publications, but what we want to do specifically here in London, we want to make sure we can advocate for our patients with the government, showing them what the real world multiple myeloma patients look like in terms of response to treatment, in terms of accessibility to certain drugs and drug combinations. And when those accesses are not easy to get, what can we do to make access better? What can we do to give best supportive therapy to our myeloma patients? So this is an important pillar that we focus on. Advocacy with the government with respect to the best state-of-the-art treatment that's given worldwide, and make sure we can reach the Canadian potential to the fullest to help our myeloma patients. Another pillar that we're very interested in and that we pursue in our research group in London is to give the ability to our patients to participate in international and national clinical trials. With this, we enable our patients to receive drugs, new techniques, or drug combinations that may lead to a direct benefit to the patient through his or her myeloma journey, and in the long run may benefit other patients in the future. It's very important for us to keep going with our research, and the funds that the myeloma support group raised, not only with the Walk of Champions, but also other endeavors, has been a must to help us keep going. I thank you all for from the bottom of my heart, and I really hope that you all stay safe and that we all face the COVID pandemic together and strong. And I hope to be able to see you all in person next year in the 2022 Walk of Champions. Thank you so much for your participation. Thank you for always being on the side of the myeloma patients and of the LRCP Multiple Myeloma Working Group. Special thank you to our nurses, our research coordinators. Special thank you to my dear Donna Bray, my myeloma nurse that's now retired. Thank you so much for the brilliant work you developed throughout your many years in the LHSC. Donna, you're always participating in the myeloma support group adventures and walks and all of the fundraisers. I hope to see you with us for many, many years to come. Thank you all very much. Thank you for the leaders of the Myeloma Support Group in London, all of our patients, families, and friends. Have a great day. Hope to see you again next year.
Thank you, Dr. Luzada. It's incredible to see the progress that is being made. I know many, myself included, are excited for what is to come. It is especially encouraging to see another doctor joining the team. The local database is another example of the impact that is being made in the region to help find answers to questions researchers have. The focus on advocating for patients in real-world situations, I think, is especially critical. Bringing those ideas to fruition is always difficult, of course, but so important. It's so nice to see the impact the local fundraising has had and continues to have. I had a lot of respect for doctors and researchers before the pandemic as it relates to the work they do, but having gone through the pandemic and still going through it and seeing all the progress being made on many issues, not just multiple myeloma, it's wonderful to see. As Dr. Luzada mentioned, there are many physicians who work with myeloma patients and are a part of the myeloma working group at the London Regional Cancer Program. We will now hear a brief intro from each doctor.
Hi there, my name is Chai Pua. I am a hematologist here in the London Health Science Centre. My clinical focus is in multiple myeloma, lymphoma, as well as bleeding disorders. My pathway to multiple myeloma came to me fairly fortuitously. I finished my internal medicine training and went to University of Toronto to pursue further training in hematology. And there I met Dr. Christine Chen, as well as Dr. Donna Rees, who were both my mentors at that time and quickly impressed upon me the archetype needed to be a myeloma treater. And quite quickly I knew that would be the physician that I wanted to be. And as such, I continued my training and did further clinical work with Dr. Donna Rees in Prince of Sonoma Hospital when I was working as a community hematologist in Barrie, Ontario. Subsequently, I was hired on as staff here in London, Ontario, and has been here since 2017.
Hi there, everyone. Thanks for having me join you celebrate this year's Myeloma Walk of Champions. My name is Cheryl Foster. I'm the newest member of the myeloma team at the London Regional Cancer Program. I'm originally from the Greater Toronto area and did my schooling at Queen's University in Kingston. And then went to the medical school at the University of Toronto and did my internal medicine and hematology training in Edmonton at the University of Alberta. Most recently, I've been in Toronto doing some subspecialty training in myeloma, lymphoma, and autologous stem cell transplant care at the Princess Margaret Hospital. I've been in London now for over a year, and although there's a pandemic going on, I'm really enjoying myself and getting to know some of you. In my spare time, I'm pretty busy running around after 3 little boys right now. They keep us entertained and excited and full of energy. Myeloma care is challenging. Certainly, it's hard to see people unwell, but it's like excited to see all the new drugs that we have coming down the pipeline and are starting to become more available to us. Certainly through participation in clinical trials, we have more and more options for our patients. I also just wanted to say thank you so much for all your support, both in person, virtually, and financially. Our patient care is better because of it. And I look forward to meeting you all soon.
Hi, everybody. My name is Soleil Lam. I am one of the hematologists at the London Regional Cancer Center who treats multiple myeloma. I did my training in the University of Ottawa and hematology training in London. I have very deep roots here in London as I was born at the St. Joseph Hospital way back. While I was doing training here, I was inspired by the amazing people here, both the hematologists and patients alike, and decided to join the group. Believe it or not, Walk of Champions started while I was training here.
Thank you all for joining us and for the work that you do. I would like to take another moment to remind everyone to donate. I think we'd all prefer to be in person right now, but one of the benefits to doing this virtually is I can just refer you to the information on the screen to donate. Don't have to worry about getting the information wrong and sharing it incorrectly with you guys. So please donate, share the link and info with friends and family as well. Every little bit counts, and as we've already heard, so much good work is happening. To those who have already donated, thank you for your support. Our next video is our Wall of Champions in Memoriam. I have so much respect for those who fight and squeeze every ounce of life there is to give. It is truly inspiring. Let's roll that now. Thank you to those who put that video together. I know it wasn't easy. It's never easy to lose a loved one, but the fact you're all here now doing what you're doing reinforces the fact our friends and family are not forgotten. I will once again remind everyone to donate if you have not already. The details will be on your screen. It adds up over time. To date, the Walk of Champions has raised over $750,000 for myeloma research. That is incredible. Our next speaker is another familiar face. Ev McDowell is here to share her perspective as a patient. Take it away, Ev.
My name is Ev McDowell, and I've been living with multiple myeloma for more than 21 years. Raising money for research here in London is very important, and this research, particularly clinical trials, benefits all myeloma patients treated at London Regional Cancer Program. Sometimes a clinical trial option is very important for a patient that has run out of options through the regular channels. It can also mean access to a drug that is not yet funded by the province, and participating in a clinical trial helps future patients. We have been raising money for clinical trials since 2009, and this has given patients more options, and very important. And it's also the money we've raised has helped fund a database, and this database is shared with physicians, myeloma physicians across Canada. For more on my story, please go to www.myelomalondon.ca and click on the YouTube video. Thank you.
Thank you, Ev, for sharing your story. It is very much appreciated. An event like this illustrates all the supports that are in place to help those with multiple myeloma. And one of the many encouraging aspects is the fact there is a lot of support out there. It's truly remarkable. Caregivers don't always get as much attention as patients and doctors and researchers, but as you all know, they play a critical role in all of this. I have so much respect for caregivers because it's not an easy job. Our next speaker can explain that better than I can. Sharon Burns joins us now to share her story.
Hello, my name is Sharon Burns, and I am the caregiver for my husband Bill, who was diagnosed with multiple myeloma in July of 2014. At that time, Bill had radiation treatment for 2 spinal tumors, and he did 9 5-week sessions of chemotherapy. He remained in remission for 1 year after this initial treatment, and then he had to begin a new treatment program in September 2016. After almost 5 years of his current treatment, he is now in relapse and will be part of a new clinical trial. The funds raised at the walk make these clinical trials possible here in London. We are very grateful to our friends and relatives for taking part in the walk over the past 6 years and for supporting the Burns Brigade and the Myeloma Walk financially. Thank you.
Thank you to Sharon for sharing your story and highlighting the good that comes from this walk. I'm excited to see what will come from the clinical trial Bill is participating in. Thank you to Sharon, Dan, Ev, and Drs. Luzada, Pua, Lamb, and Foster for all speaking. Also, a special thank you to Aaron Pierce from the LHSC for helping me with the technical side of all of this. After a year and a half of working from home, you'd think I'd be better at it, but here we are. A popular refrain during the pandemic has been, we're in this together, and I think that's especially true today. We're apart, but together, and I am confident a cure will be found. The will is too great, and the doctors and researchers are too dedicated. It's almost time to go, but I will remind everyone once again to donate if you can. Aside from donating, share the info to donate with friends and family as widely as you can, because every little bit helps. Good luck to all the participants, and thank you to my employer, Corus Entertainment, for their support for this event. It's important to me, and I know a lot of you as well, and I look forward to seeing how much can be raised under such difficult circumstances with this pandemic. The past year and a half has been trying, but it's nothing new to those who've been diagnosed with multiple myeloma. They have a certain kind of special fight. Thank you for allowing me to serve as your MC once again, and please don't forget to donate. It's so important. Thank you to all those who have already donated. Your generous support is appreciated. Thank you for tuning in, and have a great day.